Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charific here, coming at you with another Pokemon Sardonyx tutorial. And in this tutorial, I am going to be detailing how you guys can get your hands on an Altaran Ralts. And believe me, after using it, it is definitely a powerhouse that you can add to your team. Now, one thing you need to know about getting Altaran Ralts is that it's by a side quest, and a side quest that a couple of you guys might end up missing while playing the game if you're not careful enough, which is why I made this. So, what you're going to want to do first is enter Route 4. And you can do that a couple of ways, either by Peridot Forest or by exiting from Citravale City. And you're going to find a house with a seemingly innocent old couple. And you're going to want to talk to the woman, and like most other canon games, she's going to ask you if you want to rest in her house because you look tired. Now, for some people, I think it's a very rare chance. You could trigger the side quest by resting one time, but I think in order to properly trigger it, you need to rest twice in a row. And once you rest twice in a row, the side quest will start, and you basically get mugged. They'll take your Pokebit, your running shoes, your Pokemon, and you'll be trapped in the house, and you need to figure out a way to get out. And at this point, you have a couple of options for what you want to do. It mostly just involves interacting with things just to find pieces of the puzzle for how to get the heck out of this creepy house. And I definitely do recommend exploring everywhere. There's some great dialogue for it when you interact with things. But follow the video. If you interact with the dresser, you'll find a book, and you take that book to the bookshelf, and putting the book in the bookshelf triggers it to fall through the floor, and at this point you hop into the hole and then you can explore this underground cavern. However, it is very important, do not hop into the hole just yet. You need one more thing. If you go and talk to the boiler, you will find the fire poker, and if you take that fire poker with you, you will be able to actually complete the side quest, because if you don't, you'll just be stuck. Now that you have everything you need, you can just hop straight into the cavern now, and for you guys it'll be dark, but for me on this playthrough, I actually had the flashlight before I hopped in here. It's not necessary to have the flashlight, it just makes it easier to see where you're going. Now, if you guys keep progressing through the cavern, you will eventually run into an Altaran Gallade, and from this Gallade you will get your Pokemon back, and you will have the opportunity to battle him. Now, as you can see, he is level 25, which may be a bit over leveled for some of you when you first reach here, but don't worry about it. It's not necessary to beat Gallade in order to get the Ralts. It does help, and I'll get into that later, but you can lose from him and still complete the side quest. And I didn't mention this earlier, but don't be afraid to explore all the different dialogue options here. A lot of fun stuff happens when you click them, so I definitely recommend replaying this and seeing what happens in its completion when you click everything. Okay, so once you figure out what you're doing about Altaran Gallade, you have the option to continue progressing through the cavern, and eventually you'll reach the back end of the cavern where there will be a room with an Altaran Gardevoir in it. And it's the same thing with Altaran Gallade. There are some dialogue options here, and again, feel free to explore them, but at the end of it, you will have to battle her. And once again with Gallade, you do not have to beat the Altaran Gardevoir. Again, it helps if you do, and I'm about to go into that, but you can lose and still continue through the side quest. So, once you either win or lose to the Altaran Gardevoir, you have the option to pick up the rest of your items and a very special egg. Within this egg is Altaran Ralts. So keep this egg in your party, it'll hatch, and then once it hatches, you have the option to evolve into an Altaran Curlier at level 20, and at this point, it will evolve into Altaran Gardevoir or Altaran Gallade based off of its gender and using a Duskstone. If it's a female, it will evolve into Altaran Gardevoir. If it's a male, it will evolve into Altaran Gallade. Now, what's important about beating both the Gallade and the Gardevoir is you will have specific egg moves on the Ralts when it hatches. And it comes from a pool, so it's not set in stone, but the amount of egg moves that you get is based off of how many of them you beat. If you beat both, you get 2, and if you only beat one of them, then you only get 1. But, like I said before, Altaran Ralts is very handy to have. Now, whether you get an Altaran Gallade or an Altaran Gardevoir depends on you, and how many times you want to soft reset with this egg, but no matter which one you have, it'll definitely be beneficial for your team. Also, no matter which one you get, it will always be a dark fairy type, and it'll keep this typing through all of its evolutions. And it also gets a very unique signature move that I'll let you guys figure out for yourselves what it is. But that's going to be the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed, comment, like, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy, hit the dislike button and leave a comment so that I can use that to get better. Also, if you enjoy Pokemon Sardonyx, make sure you're only downloading the game from the official game devs website. There's been an issue with people taking downloads for fan games, putting them on secondary sites so that they can get the revenue from the clicks for downloading the game, because the sites they use are filled with ads and all that. So help the developers out, download it from the official website. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!